Information about the Moon. The Moon is the Earth's only natural satellite, situated approximately 384,400 kilometers away from Earth. It has an orbit period of about 27.3 days, which is nearly synchronized with Earth's rotation, causing the same face of the Moon to always be visible from Earth. The temperature on the Moon is extremely extreme. The side illuminated by the Sun can reach temperatures as high as 127 degrees Celsius, while the temperature on the shadowed side can drop to as low as -173 degrees Celsius. This is due to the absence of an atmosphere on the Moon. If there were an atmosphere, it could absorb solar heat and release it at night, maintaining a more constant temperature. The Moon lacks an atmosphere, unlike Earth with its abundant atmosphere, resulting in the absence of weather on the Moon. Without an atmosphere, the Moon is directly exposed to solar winds and cosmic radiation. The Moon is gravitationally locked to Earth, meaning it rotates on its axis in the same direction as its orbit around Earth. This gravitational interaction causes tidal forces, leading to the phenomenon known as tidal locking, where the same side of the Moon always faces the Earth. The Moon is believed to have formed from a collision with Earth about 4.6 billion years ago. The impact involved a celestial body of similar size to Earth, and the debris from this collision eventually coalesced to form the Moon. The surface of the Moon bears many traces of this ancient collision. The surface of the Moon is rugged and uneven, adorned with countless craters formed by collisions with comets and asteroids. Additionally, the Moon features various terrains such as volcanoes, valleys, and canyons. The Moon's surface is rugged and uneven, adorned with countless craters formed by collisions with comets and asteroids. Additionally, the Moon features various terrains such as volcanoes, valleys, and canyons. Throughout Earth's history and culture, the Moon has played a significant role. Since ancient times, humans have observed the Moon and created myths and legends about it. Even today, the Moon remains a crucial focus of scientific research and space exploration. Did the Apollo spacecraft land on the Moon on a lunar night? Did you land during the day? The Apollo spacecraft landed on the Moon during its daytime. Due to the Moon's rotation period being nearly synchronized with Earth's, one side of the Moon always faces the Sun. The Apollo spacecraft had to be manually controlled to select a landing site before descending to the lunar surface. Therefore, landing during the lunar daytime, when the Sun is shining, was deemed safer and more efficient. Apollo 11, in particular, landed on the tranquil Sea of Tranquility on July 20, 1969, at 2017 Coordinated Universal Time, UTC. This time corresponded to daytime on the Moon. Neil Armstrong spent 2 hours and 36 minutes on the lunar surface, conducting various activities. Buzz Aldrin also descended to the Moon with Armstrong and spent 2 hours and 21 minutes engaged in activities. Following Apollo 11, subsequent Apollo spacecraft also landed on the Moon during its daytime. If we landed during the day on the Moon, would the spacesuit be able to withstand the lunar temperature of 127 degrees? And the space background taken after landing from the Moon was at night? Yes, even when landing on the Moon during its daytime, spacesuits were designed to withstand the extreme temperatures, reaching up to 127 degrees Celsius. Apollo spacesuits were equipped with an internal cooling system to prevent astronauts from overheating, even if they perspired. The exterior of the spacesuit utilized reflective materials to bounce off solar radiation, while the interior incorporated insulating materials to retain heat. The reason why the backdrop of the lunar landing photos appears to be in darkness is that after landing, the Apollo spacecraft entered the shadow of the landing site. While selecting the landing site in lunar orbit, it was daytime, but upon landing, the site could be in the shadow depending on the lunar surface features. The Moon's rotation period is nearly synchronized with Earth's, so one side always faces the Sun. However, the landing site could be in a shadowed area based on the terrain of the lunar surface. In the case of Apollo 11, the landing site in the Sea of Tranquility was situated in a shadowed area where the Sun did not directly reach. Therefore, When Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin descended to the lunar surface to conduct activities, they had to activate the spacesuit's internal cooling system to maintain their body temperature.